So what did I personally do when I hit the deepest level of depression in 1990, where the suicide thoughts and suicide intentions and actually the materials I needed to take my own life I went and purchased? How did my healing begin? David Essel here, David Essel's Daily Video Boost. Well, listen, you got to take notes here. Don't trust your brain. Write things down. Share these videos. They're free. And if you haven't yet signed up for the Daily Boost, please go to talkdavid.com. talkdavid.com right now, and you can sign up for David Essel's Daily Video Boost absolutely free. It's a free service so we can reach 2 million people or more every day lifting their spirits. Go ahead and sign up. That's free. Monday through Friday, you'll get a 3-minute video like this. Take notes, please. So my healing began in 1990. The day that I knew I was going to take my life, at the very last second, I reached out for help, and I contacted a psychiatrist. Of course, as the story goes, healing is never easy. There was not a psychiatrist in the town I was living in at the time that was free for at least 3 months. I knew the day that I was going to pull this very last act that I needed help, and so I just drove. I picked a psychiatrist out of the phone book. Actually, I picked 10 of them, called them all. No one could see me for months. I drove. I just picked one, drove, walked in the front door, sat down and said, I'm not leaving until I see the doctor. The receptionist tried to push me out and said, that's not going to, and I said, I'm not leaving. Several hours later, the psychiatrist came out and said, come on in, let me talk. And from there was immense release. He was amazing. Now, remember, this is 1990. Psychiatrists back then were actually helping with psychological work as well as medication. So he was a dream to me. And then he recommended me to see a counselor the very next day. She got me in, and the process began. Now, I did go on antidepressant medication for 6 or 9 months. I forget what it was. And it did stop the suicidal thoughts. And it did have outrageously negative side effects. And when I could get off of all of those drugs, I did. I think it was about 9 months. And then the healing commenced. Going to a counselor twice a week was absolutely crucial for me, number one. Number two, removing cocaine. I know this is going to sound weird, right? But I used that as a coping mechanism. I got rid of that. I started to do more and more when it came to the research of depression. Was it genetically based? I found out rarely is it ever. And then I started looking at my emotions. I had deep held resentments, rage, I had anger, I had frustration from people in the past that I had to work on and let go of. And then the last thing I had to do, which was really wild for me to hear, is I had to shatter my own codependency. I wanted everyone to like me. When I was on stage, I was in heaven. When I was off stage, I would do whatever it took. If it was hanging out with people that had bad habits, as long as I was included, I was happy. I did all kinds of things to be liked, accepted, loved. I feared abandonment. I feared rejection. I feared criticism. I had to work through all of those emotions in order to finally heal my own depression. About 2 years after I began the process, I was a totally different person. Why did it take so long? Because all of these things I mentioned, I had been using, even the resentments and the submerged emotion, alcohol, drugs, etc., for 30 years. It took a while, and it's so worth it. I would love to help you one-on-one. Email me directly at talkdavid.com. No matter where you are in the world, we have Skype. We can work together, okay? But don't wait another day. If you don't reach out to me, reach out to your doctor, reach out to someone, but don't sit in it any longer. I'm David Essel, talkdavid.com.